Let me just pull up the stream on my iPad so I can read chat as it happens, if it happens. Channel, there we go. So a long time ago, I think 2016 or 17, I made a card game. It's similar to Cards Against Humanity, except a bit more complicated. And I call it Lights, Cards, Madness. Now, the goal of this game is to make dumb movies, like really dumb movies. And in 2017, I went to an anime convention where I lived at the time, and a YouTuber named Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic, was there as one of the special guests. Now, the reason I bring that up is because I have this notepad where I write down my favorite results from Lights, Cards, Madness. And if you were in that room on the first day of that convention when Doug Walker was there, then you'll know me as the guy with the Foxy hat that he called upon when he was taking comments and questions. And I read aloud a couple of the entries in this book, this notepad. And when I met up with Doug Walker later on at another venue, I actually got him to sign it. Now, the way this game works is you have a bunch of cards of varying colors. 6 colors to be exact. And as you can see, the rubber bands that I was using to hold them together have not quite survived. Let me just get rid of these. Get rid of the rubber bands. Hang on. Jeez. That one damaged the card a bit. Yeah, it's been a while since I got this game out of the packaging last. Because, unfortunately, it kind of requires 3 players, and most of the time, there's only 2 in this house. I tried playing it with my stepdad. I appreciate that he tried, but he did not understand any of the jokes. I appreciate that he tried, you know. It just, we can't play this with him because he doesn't understand why the game is so funny. Because he doesn't know who half the people in this game are. He doesn't know what half the plot devices are. But again, I appreciate that he tried. So the way this works is everyone gets 3 of every color card except for the yellow ones. The yellow ones are what's called the script card. And they have little blanks in the prompts, and you use the other color cards to fill in those blanks. For example, just taken off the top of the deck here, this one is when villain teams up with an alien army, actor must use plot device to save the planet. What you would then do is you would pick a blue actor card, in this case Angelina Jolie. You would then pick a green plot device card. Again, I'm just taking from the top of the deck, so cocaine. And a purple villain card, in this case Megatron. So one entry for this prompt in this hypothetical turn would come out as, when Megatron teams up with an alien army, Angelina Jolie must use cocaine to save the planet. This is the kind of stuff you get from this game. And I did make an expansion for this game at one point. It's in my room right now. It's not out here. I just wanted to go over the main idea of this game so you understand how we got to where we are with it right now, which is where I haven't played it in a while, but I do still like to come back to this notepad and just kind of read past results because some of these are absolutely fucking hilarious. Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's go. Christopher Walken with Excalibur versus Evil Emperor Zurg. Megatron is looking for bacon. Jafar makes pizza while disguised as Emma Watson to conquer the ocean. Shere Khan has trapped Robert De Niro in a mansion full of exotic butters in Springfield.
You scare me sometimes, my son.
Ivan Drago has trapped Christopher Lloyd in a mansion full of soup in the highest room in the tallest tower, and it's a Western. Now that's the part that I didn't get into a second ago, is the optional genre cards. These are the white ones. Keep in mind, if I recall correctly, there are 40 of each color. The genre cards are optional. You don't have to play them. You don't even have to use them in your game if you don't want to. They are optional, but they can help increase the joke. So like Megatron is teaming up with an alien army and Angelina Jolie has to use cocaine. You can make that a mockumentary or a war movie or a Christmas movie, an opera, an adventure movie, a murder mystery, romance. Any of those are possible. Let's see. When the Crimson Chin discovers a way to use biomechanical nuclear-powered boots to win a war, Magneto vows to steal them from him.
Good Lord.
Morgan Freeman must stop Maleficent from using guitars to wipe out the squirrels. Uma Thurman must stop Leatherface from using garlic fries to wipe out squirrels. Ivan Drago disguises himself as Cameron Diaz to steal love and conquer the Mushroom Kingdom, and it's a cult classic. HAL 9000 disguises himself as Will Smith to steal batteries and conquer the Fire Nation, and it's a spy movie. Now, the reason you're seeing a lot of disguise himself as is because this was all from one round. These were all too perfect to forget. Joker disguises himself as Terry Crews to steal soup and conquer Gotham, and it's a sci-fi. Loki disguises himself as Christopher Walken to steal dead parents and conquer the island of Themyscira, and it's a haunting movie.
Good God.
Johnny Depp runs against Leatherface for President of the United States. Depp plays different characters in each state. So depending on where you are when you see this movie, it's a different Johnny Depp character running for president. So like in California, it's Leatherface versus Captain Jack Sparrow. In Florida, it's Leatherface versus Edward Scissorhands. Loki has trapped Christopher Walken in a mansion full of bees in Brazil, and it's a documentary. General Zod has trapped Jessie the Cowgirl in a mansion full of cocaine.
Why am I not surprised?
Emperor Palpatine disguised himself as Cameron Diaz to steal dolphins with guns and conquer Green Hill Zone, and it's a chick flick. John Cena versus Sweeney Todd, a Christmas movie. When Magneto kidnaps a scientist and forces him to create a third nipple, it's up to Channing Tatum to save the day, and it's a silent movie.
What's wrong with you?
Dracula wants to be a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Now, those who were at that anime convention when I read this are probably going to remember this one. And it's a personal favorite of mine. Christopher Walken must use Excalibur to defeat a T-Rex to avenge his parents in time for Christmas. Keira Knightley versus Davy Jones at the Mexican Olympics, and it's an opera.
That's just wrong, dude.
Mark Wahlberg must resist racing or become Megatron, and it's a musical. In the heart of Mars, Christian Bale must become a master of anime DVDs to save his daughter from Galvatron. And it's erotic. Bruce Wayne is mistaken for royalty and must avoid Boris and Natasha's attempted assassination.
Sorry.
And that brings us to the end of what I've written so far. But the thing is, all of that is just on these pages right here. I've still got all of this notepad left to go. So I am really hoping to play this game on stream at some point. Now, what I've thought about doing is implementing something that Cards Against Humanity does, which is if you don't have enough players, then you can just have someone deal a pitch randomly from the deck. And Cards Against Humanity, that character is named Rando Cartesian. I'm thinking if this were to have one, it would have to be a pun on a director's name. But I haven't decided what director it should be. I just know that that's going to have to happen. So if I stream this game, and it's just me and my mom, or me and my dad, depending on where I am when I decide to stream it, we're probably going to do that, where we just have a complete randomly drawn cards to throw in as the third player. But for right now, I just wanted to share with you guys the kind of things you can find in this game. I made it when I was in college, and the backstory of it, I think, is kind of funny. My dad and I, we were talking about movies as he was driving me to my classes in college. And we talked about it like, you gotta wonder what's going on in those board meetings sometimes. Because oftentimes it seems like we're getting the worst possible movies. But then you gotta remember, these movies were still the best idea anyone in that meeting had. And I told him, I bet I could come up with a better movie by drawing random cards from Cards Against Humanity. And I decided to channel that creatively. And I made Lights Cards Madness.
Ouchie.
If anybody is interested in me making a printable version to sell to you guys, let me know. But before you make that kind of decision, I would like to stream this game so you can get some idea of what to expect. And if that digital release, and if that printable release does happen, then if it gets enough traction, I might also release the expansion that I made for it. And who knows, maybe I'll even make more expansions. Maybe I'll bring out another one of the card games that I've made in my life. I've made a few. I actually got one of them printed on custom cards. I just never thought to make money off of it. Because I really just made these for me and my college buddies to play. And they did their job. We played them a lot. But yeah, if you would like to see me and my mom play this game, let me know. And we'll probably do it. In fact, we're probably going to do it anyway. But if you're interested in a printable version so you can have it at home, also say so. And if it gets enough liking, I'll do it. I'll type up all these cards and release them. But for right now, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to introduce you guys to this game that I made a long time ago. And now that I've done that, it's time to wrap this up. Bye-bye.
Oh shit, sorry honey, but